Welcome back to Cass Tech. Game 3 out of 6 today in the PSL Holiday Classic. Game 1 on the women's side. Wayne Memorial beat Cass Tech. Game 2, we just saw Bloomfield Hills with a dominating win over Pershing. Now Game 3 on the way. The first of a bunch of Saginaw teams we're going to see the rest of the day. The Lumberjacks of Arthur Hill are here to take on the Hurricanes of Detroit Douglas High. Evan Stockton back with you. Chad Bush is alongside in just a little bit. Glad you're making some time for us on this Tuesday, a couple of days after Christmas Day. Saginaw Arthur Hill here today along with Saginaw Heritage and Saginaw High. Saginaw in the house the next couple of games. And Detroit Douglas High as well. You probably know about Pierre Brooks II and all the success he had in high school, leading the Hurricanes to a state championship in that 2021 COVID year. His dad is still the head coach here. It's a Division IV school with an enrollment of only just above 100 kids, but a lot of talent. And Chad, excited to see how this game goes for both clubs. Detroit Douglas, a lot of talent traditionally, state title in their bag from a couple of years ago, and Arthur Hill, one of a bunch of Saginaw schools that are here, and Saginaw schools that always have a lot of talented guys.
Always. It's just, you can count on it. It's going to be a lot of effort and talent on the floor. Arthur Hill, and they're here to play, and they've gone through some transitions themselves, and they're going against one of the schools that have been some of the mightiest of the PSL in years past, the former state champion, Douglas Academy, from a couple years back. Pierre Brooks Jr., of course, put this school on the map, but Pierre Brooks Sr.'s been here, and he's led this program to the highest of levels they've ever been. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this, partner.
By the way, I love those Douglas jerseys. Those are sharp. Miami Hurricanes colors. It's pretty good.
Anything with Canes is cool. Grew up being a Miami fan, and I don't know how. I know you're an Orange guy.
I am, yeah.
You're an Orange guy, so.
They used to be conference rivals. They are no longer conference rivals.
Yes, sir. So this is going to be an exciting game, and look, Arthur Hill comes in just 3 games under their belt. 2 and 3, but they've played a tough schedule. Davison, Flint Powers, Grand Haven, several others. What type of ball game do you think we're going to see here today between these two clubs that come in from different areas on this map?
I think we are going to see a lot of athleticism out there, but I am curious to see if Douglas tries to take it to Arthur Hill early. Arthur Hill is in a larger division than Douglas, but Douglas has a lot of talent, Chad. Let's see how this one shakes out.
All right, Canes with it between the rings, setting up against man-to-man. Andrew Bowers, 6'5", senior, with it. Douglas trying to get the PSL their first win in this tournament. We're 3 games into it, almost halfway home. Glad to be with you. Dribble drive kick, corner, 3 from Bowers, got it. 3-0. Frederick Douglass.
Great start, drive and kick. Senior Bowers open to the corner, knocking it down. Good stuff.
Open look back the other way, Hurd, and he knocks it down. And not a lot of noise heard after that one. Tied at 3.
Let's see how the shot making is in this game. We just saw Bloomfield Hills score 88 points on Pershing. Some sloppy play at times between those two. Now we got a steal here.
Well, turnover. Canes looking to make some money in transition. They got a chance. An odd man rush. Nothing to show but second chance opportunities have been big today.
Yeah, Spivey coming out with the basketball for Douglas. We love a jersey where it's easy to tell the numbers. It is impossible to miss these numbers. I love it.
Left block shot is rejected, and that's Dorsey with a shot block. Back to the way comes Brooks, and a reset for the Lumberjacks of Arthur Hill. Right corner, triple try, wow. Got it. How about it? 3 for 3 from downtown in this game. And it's been a quick moving first quarter. Ooh.
Yeah, that's a dangerous foul. You got to be careful there. Dorsey shoving Spivey in the back. Luckily, Elijah's all right. Just got to be careful on a foul like that.
Yeah, the undercut, not saying it was intentional, but man, these are Scary moves. And luckily, popping right up, getting back at it is Buford. Here's another look at it.
Yeah, so you can see Arthur Hill's miscommunication on defense, and then luckily the defender's hands are up, not trying to do that. Stuff like that happens in a sports game. Good news is Spivey's all right, and he's to the line.
Yes, sir. 2-2 is Detroit Douglas coming in. They got a win over Imlay City and Detroit Academy of the Americas. Missed them both, but an offensive rebound and a reset for Redemption. So sidelines out of bounds, or slob, as coaches like to call it. Sidelines out of bounds play. Jim Boeheim's come up with some great slob plays in his day.
Not recently, Chad. It's been a tough run for Syracuse the last couple of years.
Oh, my. Deflation of the ball by Dorsey is second in the leak out. Missed the bunny. Did Mr. Hardy, and then we've got a collision in the backcourt. It's getting testy of it.
Yeah, it is. We're not even 2.5 minutes into this game, and Markel Hurd with a shoulder into Smith. This is not hockey, boys. This is not football. This is basketball. That type of contact is usually not allowed.
Calling for a screen is the junior, Adrian Smith. Lumberjacks, just known to have tough, tight man-to-man. Overplaying, I mean, this is a committed defense.
Yeah, this is airtight defense right now, Chad, as you were saying. Grill to grill, nose to nose. There's no airspace right now for the Hurricanes.
No, and now the blitz. Kick corner. Bowers steps into a 16-footer, no. Rebound pulled off by Dorsey.
So now the Lumberjacks can get it into the half-court set. Clearly the defense is the focus so far today for them, and a great take.
First two-point basket of the afternoon. That's Hardy. D. Hardy. Bowers back the other way. Make it Buford. The big Buford. The triple for the 6'4 junior. Second three of the game. 8-6. Lumberjacks on top by 2. Oh, the tip back dunk. And the tap of the head. How about it? That's lineup Brooks with a throwdown off the miss.
Already saw him hit a 3 today, Chad, and now he's got the dunk. Arthur Hill looking good early.
Jacks with some smoke in Detroit. How about that move to get loose? It was a pass. Oh, my. Antonio Sanders and Bowers with a finish. 2-point Saginaw Arthur Hill lead.
Gotta love the pace and flow to this game early. Guys making plays. Vibe picking up in the gym. Good stuff.
The triple rejected. That's Andrew Bowers who says, Mr. Brooks. Left point to Hardy. Hardy lost it out of bounds. Back the other way, says the referee. Mr. Kelser today.
You know, I thought that guy looked familiar.
Greg's brother.
We're going to see Greg's alma mater, Detroit Henry Ford, coming up later today.
That's right, good call. Right wing three's flat. That's from Sanders. And here comes Saginaw Arthur Hill up by 2 with 3 to go in the first. Being tempted to take that 3. Doesn't do it, gets the return favor, and gives another dime that's rejected. Was that Bowers or Buford that got up?
That was Bowers, back-to-back plays, number 3, with rejections down low for Douglas.
It's a springy club. Very
try
active.
1? No. Steal? Try 2? No.
Fast break, yes. And no call, and the bucket falls. No time to waste the dunk attempt from the little fella. Hardy, rejected by the rim. Pull up Jay Brooks, no. You talked about the pace.
Yeah, this game does not lack for confidence, huh?
No. Tied at 10 with 2:10 to go. To the hole, lay in no, but we've got a foul. And 2 free throws coming up. They're going to get the foul on number 2. That's Markel Hurd.
Aggressive take to the 10 for Sanders, and with all those bodies colliding, you can call it on Brooks, you can call it on Hurd, you got to call it on somebody.
Lots of a banging. We'll keep it right here. Timeout on the floor.
All right, here's your school profile for the Lumberjacks of Arthur Hill. A couple of state championships in their back pocket. Runners-up in the state in 2015. Chad and I have been talking about all the talent for Saginaw basketball over the years, including Jason Richardson, who some of you know for playing with the Spartans and doing a great job for Tom Izzo. If you're of my age, you remember Jason Richardson because he won the dunk contest a couple of times.
Yeah, Richardson could get up and get down. Guy that won a national title at Michigan State.
Yeah, some of those dunks he had to win the dunk contest. I'd be lying if I wasn't a 7- and 8-year-old and I would put the rim down to 7.5 feet and I try to spin and put it between my legs. I couldn't do it. It just wasn't possible.
Oh, man. He could do some special things, couldn't he?
Yes, he could.
Free throws missed. Rebound, Saginaw. Arthur Hill. Down the avenue. Dish left. Block, no. Tip back, no. Third try, no. But a foul. It's Bowers who got the swat and the call.
You gotta like the way both teams are playing with confidence early in this basketball game. The way they're getting up and down the floor, the way they're contesting on defense. There's no fear on either of these sides, Chad. It's fun to watch early on in the ball game.
It is, and we've seen it at the rim. We've seen it from the three-point line. Been fun to watch. Entertaining game. Tied at 11. A lot of time left in this one. Game 3 of 7 games we'll have today here on the Prep. Wayne Memorial knocked off Cass Tech on the girls' side in Game 1. And getting the missed rebound and laying it in is Rudison with a rude entrance to Cass Tech.
Yeah, we got a timeout here for Douglas. Pierre Brooks, their coach, is furious that nobody boxed out on that Rudison lay-in. Coaches will forgive certain things. They will not forgive lack of effort and lack of boxing out, and that is exactly what just happened.
No, sir. Completely agree. Well, you look at the Douglas Hurricanes and what they've done in their short history. Pierre Brooks in his 9th year bagged a state title a couple seasons ago. Division 4, 126 co-ed. And Pierre Brooks is second, and Michigan State doing good things. You were just telling me off air that he was doing outstanding things. Michigan Mr. Basketball 2021, Player of the Year, and a guy that's averaging 8.5 points in 24.5 minutes per game.
Yeah, and it's cool to see what Pierre Brooks is doing at Michigan State because, remember, for Tom Izzo, that's a bit of a throwback program in the sense that I don't care how good you are, I don't care what the recruiting ranking says you are, you got to earn your way on the floor in East Lansing, and certainly Pierre has done that. Cool to see how well he did in high school with the Hurricanes and how well he's doing now with the Spartans.
Yeah, and there's always questions when you play at a school that has 146 kids. I mean, you know, what level of competition? Well, he's doing great in the PSL in their lowest division or even in their highest division, but what is he doing against high major competition? Evident that he's the real deal. There's a steal, a knockaway, active hands all day. Brooks will take it and get it stolen back. Leading the charge comes Smith. Throw ahead in the corner. And the Lumberjacks will get this thing back after a bunch of chaos.
Yeah, that's one of those situations where you have Adrian Smith, the junior, as your point guard out on the floor right now, but he needs to settle that play down, right? Back it up. Let's get into the half-court offense and half-court set that we want instead of literally throwing it away.
That's right. Spread of the floor. Little zone by the Canes. Trying to throw a little wrench. Mid-post jumper, long, rims off. Ripped down by Moten. I know you get excited when you hear the last name Moten.
Oh, yeah. How many Syracuse references can we get in? We just saw the zone defense.
But it was a 1-3-1. It wasn't the 2-3.
Close enough. Close enough.
Off the mark. Back the other way. 2-point lead. It's been Arthur Hill all the way. Close range shot that's off and an over the back after the miss.
Man, if I'm Douglas, I'm feeling good about this spot because Arthur Hill has come to play. Lumberjacks have gotten up and down the floor and made plays. Frankly, they're bigger than us, and we're hanging in. So if I'm Douglas, try to get a bucket here to close out the first quarter, tie the game, or get close anyway. Arthur Hill's up 15-11 right now. Let's get a bucket here, and let's get to the second quarter with momentum.
No doubt. If you'd have said 10 years ago that these two teams would be tight in a ball game or even playing one another. Left-hand dribble, step back, triple at the buzzer, contact, no call, and the shot is off for Sanders.
Good contest at the end of the quarter for Arthur Hill, who has definitely come to play. And these Douglas Hurricanes in a dogfight early. A couple of good clubs battling at Cass Tech a couple of days after Christmas.
Hi.
Welcome back to the PSL Holiday Classic. Let's take a look at the aforementioned Saginaw Valley Conference. And this is what it looks like now. A lot of talented teams. You see Flint Powers, who's joined. Grand Blanc, Mount Pleasant, Bay City Central, Davison, all strong teams. But Arthur Hill, Saginaw. I mean, this is a mega conference, Evan Stockton.
Yeah, and we're going to see a bunch of Saginaw teams here the rest of the way. You got Saginaw High itself, next game against Henry Ford. Heritage to close out the day against Cass Tech. If you like Saginaw High School basketball, congratulations. You got a lot the rest of the way today.
Yes, sir. Foul on the floor. Deandra Little says. Non-shooting foul. Ball out of bounds, baseline right. Checking into the Hurricane lineup for Gavin comes number 14. This is Tavion Fleming. Right wing three, no good. Ball out of bounds, back to the Hurricanes. Trailing by 2.
By the way, we had a fix of the score in the quarter. It is 13-11, so Arthur Hill only leading by 2. Again, though, if I'm Douglas, I'm feeling pretty good about the spot I'm in, considering the way that Arthur Hill came out and kind of took it to us early. Just got to keep getting in that offensive rhythm if you're the Hurricanes here.
Yeah. And we've got a turnover. Hurricanes pressured into it. Mr. Kelser said so. Arthur Hill with the Carolina-like Argyle down the sides. Steps into a 20-footer. That's off. Coming by way of Rudison. Here come the Canes, down by a deuce. Weaving his way to the hole and scoring. Acrobatics at its highest at Sanders.
Nice job by Antonio. Tough finish, and now active hands, a steal.
Bowers with a swipe. Spin move to the hole, and he finishes it just fine. And the Canes are +2, just like that.
What a sequence. Athleticism on supreme display. And here you go. Douglas kind of weathered the early storm. And the last couple of seconds have seen them take the lead on some awesome finishes near the rim.
Pierre Brooks getting his guys ready, lined up. He's assisted by Francois Woulou and Roland Eason. Cross-court Kane pass. Now Smith two-time. Back out for three. Sanders again with a trifecta. And the Canes with their largest lead of the afternoon. They're +5.
You know, last game, Chad, we saw some outstanding play from one of the freshmen from Bloomfield Hills. And now Antonio Sanders, 11 all over the place. Another freshman for Douglas.
Is he a freshman?
Yeah.
Man, oh man. Pass a little too firm. Friendly fire. And now the Lumberjacks the other way. 3-on-1. And the Yaya attempt went awry. That ball went in the corner and is rolling downtown. What went wrong here?
Well, what went wrong is Brooks got too cute. Just lay this in. And that's why he's coming out of the game now. Hurd comes back in. Tony Davis, the coach for Arthur Hill, immediately, when Brooks missed this dunk, which he did not need to, that's a lay-in. There's no reason to try that dunk. Took him right out of the game. I get it. I get it, right? You want to dunk, you want to do something cool, but what's cooler is the 2 points. It's a stupid cliche, but it's true.
No, it is. If you want to dunk, you better make sure it gets down. Smith between the rings. And the spectacles. Eyes the floor, surveys it. Canes by 5. They've trailed by as many as 5. Timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. We're back in 30. This is the Prep.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Be great.
Participate!
PSL, one of the more competitive high school basketball leagues in the state of Michigan. We got a whole dose of it today. Douglas in action right now. King and Cass Tech on deck later on tonight. Going to be fun to see how this league plays out. But right now, Arthur Hill has found a way to hang in this ballgame. That's a tough finish.
It is. It's a tough take by Jaquarian Terry. And somebody gets him towel to wipe off that floor. Here comes Saginaw now, who's cut it to 3. On the run, wide open again. Bullet pass, laying good. Back-to-back buckets for DeQuarian Terry. And don't look now, it's a 1-point Kane lead.
Where has DeQuarian Terry been this entire game? My goodness.
Right?
He's come onto the floor, and Douglas has completely looked out of sorts.
And now they force a turnover. Defensive pressure. This is a nice defensive jump. And a two-timer that turns it over. Hardy, the point guard. Back in there and going right at it as Brooks. He misses. The throw ahead is errant and a turnover.
Now that's one of those deals. We've seen it a couple of times from Douglas in transition so far this afternoon. You can't get sped up. You got to stay within yourself, realize the situation. You're in a tight game right now, and you can't just be throwing away possessions.
Tight game, 18-17, 4:20 left. until the break. Pierre Brooks wants to go to his bench. He'll check Buford out, and returning to the lineup is Larry Hollowell. In fact, it's Hollowell's first appearance in the lineup. To the bucket, laying good. A smoocher with 2 hands off the glass. Credit that basket to Mr. D. Hardy.
Now 4 in the game. And right on cue, Arthur Hill has the lead. They no longer have the lead.
Look at that pass. Just a beautiful look from Sanders, the freshman. I mean, you said it, freshman. Back and forth we go. 5 lead changes in this game. 20-19, the home team leads it. Under 4 to go until the break. Spin to the hole, left hand looper, no. Douglas with numbers if they want it. They do. The throw ahead and the turnover.
That's tough. Fleming off the feed from Smith. A little bit low. And that's a wasted opportunity for Douglas, no doubt about it.
5 points apiece for Rudison and Brooks in this game to lead the way. 9 points for Hollowell. Mid-post pass to the top side. Hot potato to the corner. 3 no good. The freshman with a rebound and the run. And the throw ahead again pretty firm. And a turnover.
Seriously, though, how is number 11 in orange and white, Antonio Sanders, how is he a freshman? He's 6'1", 178. We're going to say the same thing later on tonight when Corey Sadler plays for Cass Tech. That guy's a freshman in name only.
That's right. Just mature, poised, confident, got it all. Attacking and drawing the foul is Hollowell. That's Terry, actually. Sometimes masking himself as Hollowell. Sanders with 8, second in scoring. Double digits now for DeQuarion Terry. See that nice shot from Armani Rose. So Blackjack 21-20. Saginaw Arthur Hill's come back, and now they've got a 3-on-1 after a steal. To the rack, put it up, and this time it went down! Two-hander, made it count. He ain't coming off the court now, Evan.
Yeah, Brooks has been trying to do that all game. That's why. That is a little thunder.
Woo, two-hander. Iron unkind, it rims out and a reset. The freshman with it.
If I'm Douglas here, look, I get it. Guy on the other end with a big dunk. You want something right back right away. Get a good shot. This is a really important possession.
2 minutes left till the break. It's been a single possession game the last 5 minutes. To the rack, the freshman lays it up and lays it in. That's Antonio Sanders playing like a man tonight in Motown. Stick back triple, right corner, no good. Over the back, rip away rebound. Yes, you better believe it. Sanders on the run. Backdoor cut. Pretty, but a travel and a turnover.
All right, so big sequence in the game here. Coming up on a minute and a half to go in the first half. Arthur Hill and Douglas have been swinging. Now you got to see what tide it takes. Big possessions, both ends coming.
We've got a tie-up down low, says Kelser. The other official called a foul up top. That's good communication. And we've got, is that free throws yet? I don't believe so. Did he say he was going up? Okay. So indeed he is going up for 2 shots. He is DeQuarion Terry.
Terry, one of those guys who has come off the bench today for Arthur Hill. Both teams have really cycled through their roster. 8 or 9 guys have played for both sides, and that's why you play these early season tournaments. That's why you play games like this and settings like this with teams shuffling through the venue all day. Get a bunch of guys minutes and learn something about yourself.
No doubt. There's a foul in the backcourt. There was pressure. Did they get a timeout before the foul? They did. 1:24 to go, 3-point lead. Want to tell you about our friends at Success Mortgage Partners. And we appreciate their support of this broadcast. And we appreciate their support all season long. And if you're looking for some kind of mortgage in today's ever-changing real estate mortgage lending world, the importance of a true professional's never been higher. At Success Mortgage Partners, our mission is for every borrower to receive level 10 service, and our goal is to get you the lowest rate possible. We want you to have an experience of a lifetime. Navigating a turbulent market like this needs to be handled by a real professional. Call Todd Barr at 734-674-6154 and put 20 years of local knowledge to use for you and your family. Success Mortgage Partners Incorporated supports equal housing opportunity. NMLS ID number 130562. Welcome back to the PSL Holiday Classic. Evan Stockton is his name to my left. My name, Chad Bush. And a 3-point lead with 1:15 left, Evan. 3 ball to tie it is long, out of bounds, and back to the boys in blue.
Yeah, you love the way that Saginaw Arthur Hill has played in this game if you're an Arthur Hill fan, or frankly, you're just a high school hoops fan. But Douglas has found a way to hang in it, and coming up on a minute to go in this first half, Chad, you wonder if either team gets breathing distance.
You wonder. We'll see here. Right wing 3 to double the lead, and bullseye. The triple's down. That's heard. You heard. The lead as large as it's been. It's 6 points. Under a minute to go. Left corner. Foot on the line. Long deuce. No good. Rebound ripped out. Arthur Hill on the move. They've got room. They got another showtime coming up. That's Brooks with another banger. He hasn't missed since he got pulled out. And another forced turnover nearly.
My goodness. We told you earlier that Jason Richardson, who once upon a time won the slam dunk contest a couple of times, he's an Arthur Hill alum. This will win you a dunk contest.
Oh, baby.
Clear the runway.
Watch out, Armani Rose. Coming down the runway at you. Love it. A lot of fun today. Final shot, final possession, what do you want to see?
I want to see Arthur Hill get a good shot. We're up by 8, that's great. Don't rush anything here. Don't take a dumb shot.
8 seconds left, backing it out is Hardy to the hole and fouled with 3 seconds left. He listened to you for the most part. Free throws line right to try to get this to a double-digit lead for Arthur Hill.
Yeah, we saw it right from tip. Arthur Hill, a team that is in a higher division than Douglas. Douglas testing themselves today. Doing a really nice job getting to the hole, and Hardy's going to the line.
Hardy rims out today in this game from the stripe. Arthur Hill's had trouble. They're 1 of 5 in this game from the free throw line. 5 of 7 is Douglas, and that's how this half will end. Couple missed free throws, 8-point lead is where we sit at the break. Evan Stockton, the first 16 minutes, an 8-point lead, but we saw a lot back and forth.
Yeah, we did. Arthur Hill increasing this lead with a little 6-0 run to end the half. Outrageous athleticism from Brooks, number 20 for the Lumberjacks, and they got to be feeling good as they go in that locker room.
Your dream, your drive, your grit, the heart and vision of every member of your team. We take it all, and from those threads of greatness, we weave a uniform of a champion. In many ways, our sport is just like yours. We've brought together a team of elite designers. We've put in the time and the sweat, perfecting our craft over 14 years. We've outfitted thousands of teams for thousands of victories, approaching each new project, each new game, like it's the only one we'll ever play. And let's be honest, we've done it all with a quality so unmatched that some can't help but call it perfection. You know, it's more than just a shirt. Look like a champion, play like a champion. A champion powered by the G. Hashtag GBrandUSA. GBrandUSA. Elite design, unmatched quality, American pride. We're proudly made in the USA.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Did you know that kids are not little adults when it comes to sports injuries? That's because of something called the growth plate. Growth plates exist all over the human body in our growing athletes. They're actually little cartilage discs that exist at the end of all the long bones. It's simply where a kid grows. The problem is that the growth plate can be the weak link. What might be a sprain, a strain, or a tear in an adult when they hurt themselves can actually be a growth plate fracture in a kid. So it's important, if your kid has hurt themselves and they're not using their arm or they're not able to put weight on a leg, come see one of us, get an x-ray, and make sure it's not a growth plate fracture. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
As the voice of Michigan student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports are supposed to be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
in which interscholastic students can thrive.
We believe athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe students in the stands should have fun,
but not take the focus away from the game. We believe coaches should act as teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and be supportive of their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports.
And respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while maintaining a high level of respect for all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game.
Action-packed first half in this one. The Canes got out and got to run, and the three-pointers were hot early, Evan.
Yes, they were. Both teams pretty unconscious early on in that first quarter. Now, like any game, it settled down a little bit as we went forward, but the impressive thing was the tenacity of Saginaw Arthur Hill, their ability to score near the basket. There's 2 of the 4 points that D. Hardy had in that first half. And as it rolled along, their athleticism on display. You're going to see a couple of more big moments from Lina Brooks later on in that first half of basketball. Douglas did a really good job hanging in the game early. Remember, they're playing a team in Arthur Hill that is way up in terms of division on them. Antonio Sanders, 11, is an awesome-looking freshman. Great spin move. Bowers hitting the circle button for a couple of points. Sanders with another deep one in that first half. But again, as it went along, Arthur Hill just had more of the moments, more of the effort, more of the ability to make things happen. They went on a 6-0 run to close the first half to make it an 8-point game. And this was the highlight. That is a high schooler throwing it down with a little windmill.
Some excitement, some thunder. Saginaw, Detroit going at it. Very historic pedigree with both these schools. Both cities, both programs have produced some great basketball teams in years past. Saginaw, of course, much in the 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s, but of course, City of Detroit as well.
Well, remember, Saginaw well represented at the NBA level. The head coach for the Lakers, Darvin Ham, is from Saginaw.
Absolutely. Good call. There's a foul on the backdoor cut. Going to the line for his hard work and his creativity is Mr. Buford.
Good cut here. Got behind Rudison, and number 1 in blue and yellow forced to commit the foul. Buford had an early 3 in the game for Douglas. Hadn't scored since that point. Still hasn't scored.
Still hasn't. Free throws have been a bugaboo, not just in this game, but every game we've called. What happened to free throws? I sound like my dad, who's down there, by the way, a couple seats over. But, I mean, free throws matter.
Yes, they do.
And they have not been efficient today. Nobody really has. All right, 8-point lead. Nobody scored in the second half. It's an 8-point margin. We're 20 seconds in. So far, it's been a little bit sloppy to start the second.
Yeah, if I'm Douglas, I need to find a way to get a couple of baskets here early just to get myself back in rhythm because we lost it as that first half rolled along. And if I'm Arthur Hill, keep your foot on the gas pedal.
Yep. Sanders rejected. Swatted out of there by Rudison. And Sanders is fouled on the perimeter. And looks like they're going to get Brooks with that.
Yeah, Brooks had 9 points in the first half, and it felt like every single one was on a monster dunk. Had a tip-back dunk, had a two-handed flush, and that windmill highlight you saw right before we started the second half.
And he missed 1 or 2 that could have been extra special, which cost him some time on the bench. Here's a throwaway, or throw ahead, I should say, not a throwaway. And the layup is good in transition for Rudison. One good trick deserves another. But the Canes can't finish on their break.
Yeah, this is a dangerous spot for Douglas here. Down by double digits for the first time. You got to find a way to get yourself back in offensive rhythm, or this could get out of hand.
Yep. Pull up, triples down. Hardy with a sticker from way down. Both teams have been solid, Evan, from the long line.
Dating back to the final couple of minutes of that second quarter, Chad, this is an 11-0 run for Arthur Hill.
How about that? Another steal, or is it? Back and forth we go. We've got a tie-up, a jump ball, and it's going back to the Jacks.
The effort's been there for them since the very beginning. Sanders trying to create. The defense, excellent. Loose ball, tie-up, Saginaw, Arthur Hill basketball. It is all Lumberjacks right now.
My dad and my grandfather are officials. I've grown up around officials and seeing how much they enjoy being part of the games. As a student athlete, I've always appreciated the people out there who are willing to give back to the kids. The Legacy program lets me officiate while I'm still in high school, working younger kids' games. Officiating gives me a better understanding of the game. I get to make some pretty good money for a high school kid, and I even get to spend some quality time with my dad. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
The Prep Top 10, and this is just Metro Detroit. We've got Brother Rice number 1, who we've called already. Number 2 is UD. 3 is the Pilots of De La Salle. The Abes of Warren Lincoln cruise up to number 4. North Farmington 5. And number 6, Cass Tech, who we will see in the headliner tonight. Couple turnovers back and forth. The freshman on the run again, and he lays it in with a right hand on the left side. That man is Antonio Sanders, the freshman.
12 points in Douglas State's offense to come from somewhere, Chad. Right now they are struggling in that department.
It's the defense that's caused it. Almost did again there. They've checked into the lineup. Benjamin Gavin. Arthur Hill pull up mid-post, no. Gavin with a sticky-handed rebound. 9-point game. Sanders, the freshman. Corner, 3, fouled. Sportsmanship with a help, and now a 3 shots. He helped him there too.
Yeah, that's why that shot was way off, the foul, and Smith going to the line. Honestly, he's got to do something that teams we've seen here all afternoon into the evening have not done well, Chad. Got to make your free throws.
Yep, 1 of 6 are the Hurricanes from the charity stripe in this game. Smith looking for his first points, and he has them. So double Nichols is in the scoring book, and he's cut this thing to 3. Is that right?
That can't be right.
No.
There's no way that's right.
Okay, right.
We have it at 35-25.
We have scoreboard under control.
The PA announcer, Mr. Weaver.
Smith just took the free throw when they don't have the. Okay, well now they've announced that they know what the score is, and Smith's still going to take the free throws. I believe the score is 35-25 still.
Yeah, we're also being told that Antonio Sanders is a senior, not a freshman, as he is listed. So we'll make that correction. Oh, my! The rim has come down. The stanchion and the rim has been rocked and dropped in Detroit. Somebody get another look at that. And this was all about Brooks getting on the rim. My goodness, what happened here? The dunk attempt, he held on, and that is scary.
Yeah.
Thank goodness nobody was hurt. So with 5:05 to go, we could have a long pause, but we'll bring you action. We'll take a timeout from Detroit and the PSL Holiday Classic. Right now, it's a 35-25 lead for Saginaw Arthur Hill over Douglas.
They say that this is a game of inches, but I disagree. This is a game of desire and will. 4 quarters of epic drama that plays out in real time right before our very eyes. And every season begins the same way, with a desire to win. Those with the will to put in the effort and time put themselves in the best position to achieve their desire. This is why we go to work early and come home late. Why we go so hard and why we put in all these hours. Because we have a desire to be great and the will to become everything we dreamed of and more. So when the drama's thick, when it comes down to just those few precious inches, we have no doubt what the outcome will be. Because we we have the will to outwork anyone to get what we desire. It doesn't matter if it's inches or 100 yards. We want it more, and we're going to take it. That's game.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. We all know that our wives and daughters deserve special attention, but that's especially true when it comes to their knees. Do you know that females are at a 2 to 5 times risk compared to their male counterparts when it comes to blowing out their knees? It doesn't seem fair, but it's true. The reasons include the way females are made and the way they fire their muscles. But fortunately, there are injury prevention programs out there that can greatly decrease this risk of injury. And if you do know a female who blows out her ACL, don't despair. We have neat, innovative, minimally invasive ways to fix their knees and get them back onto the field. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
Want to thank our friends at Blue Lion Fitness. Check them out, 401 South Maple in Ann Arbor. Dan Roth, Ryan Van Bergen, great folks, getting a lot of things done, putting things up, putting them down, and getting guys bigger, better, faster, stronger. Jump shot up and good. So credit to the facilities crew here at Cass Tech for getting that issue resolved quickly. Evan, back at it, and a quick bucket and a much needed one for the home Hurricanes.
Yeah, Douglas has got to find a way here to stay in the game the way that Arthur Hill has played here in the second half. The rim is fixed, and it's 2 more for the Lumberjacks.
Well, it's Hardy time. He continues to make moves. Hardy in the game now with 7 points. Ooh. Layup up and good, and a crafty move by Tavion Fleming, the 6-foot sophomore for the Canes. Back to within 8. Floater from the paint that's going to rim off. Big boy rebound ripped down by Gavin, and here come the Douglas Hurricanes. To the rack, the senior. Laying too strong, stick back, good. Gavin got it going on at both ends, and don't look now, but the Canes are within 6. Pressure applied. Cross-court pass is picked, bad idea. Back the other way, blocked. Stick back, good on the foul. Double Nichols with a deuce in the harm. Smith line right to try to cut it to 5.
What a run for Douglas. They are back in the ball game in the blink of an eye, making things happen. Brooks, the athleticism to stop the first try, not going to stop the second try. Through the contact, the finish for Smith, and this game looks a whole heck of a lot different.
Oh, does it ever. I love the rec specs, too.
It takes a certain type of man or woman to rock the rec specs well. Adrian does a great job.
It takes poor vision and a lot of confidence. That's all it really takes.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong.
Oh, the layup good. That's a nice feed and find by Hurd. And the Jacks have got 2 back. There's a whistle and a foul on that far sideline. This one's going on the Canes. Excuse me, on Arthur Hill. Did they call a foul? My bad. Ball in bounds and picked from behind. Watch your back. Boom. Boom goes the dynamite. Hardy's done it again. The pick and the stick. And it's back to a 7-point game in Detroit.
Yeah, what a killer for Douglas these last few seconds here. Right up to 7, blink of an eye.
Right wing triple, no for number 3. Gavin fighting hard. Double Nichols right there again for the lay-in. Full court pressure. Canes not going anywhere. Mid-court near steal. 3-on-2. Foul. Gavin hates it.
Got to settle this game down a little bit. Up and down the floor we were going. Good basketball on both ends. Right here, Arthur Hill finding a way finally to beat that press and the foul call that Benjamin Gavin just did not agree with.
That's number 3 for Gavin as the free throw rims out. That's the only guy in foul trouble for the Hurricanes. 2 fouls for a trio of Arthur Hill Lumberjacks, but nobody of serious note. Free throws missed, but stolen right back, and the gut punch, no. Over the back on the Lumberjacks, and that's going to go on 10. That's Hardy. And that will be Mr. Hardy's first. 5-point game, Evan Stockton.
Yeah, it is. It feels like it should be more, honestly, because not just Arthur Hill has played well the whole game, right? But they've got multiple dunks, they've got highlights, all those sorts of things. But Douglas has hung in. Give him credit.
We've got some updates. Canton leads Walled Lake. We don't know which direction yet. 40-38 in the third. Old Redford knocks off Imlay City 57-44. And Waterford Mott, the Corsairs, knock off Harper Woods 54-52 in a tight one. I'm going to guess that's Walled Lake Northern. Yeah? Western. It's Walled Lake Western, the Warriors. That's on Ferris. He knows better. His daddy went to Walled Lake Central. Couldn't make that up if I tried. Whatever. 2:40 left in the third. It's a 5-point game. Chad Bush and Evan Stockton with you. Evan, it's been a fun day. The stanchion's still getting support at the other end. Stop and play now, but this has been an exciting game, and this has the feel of going down to the wire like game one.
Yeah, it feels like that first game we had between Cass Tech and Wayne Memorial on the women's side. Our second game, Bloomfield Hills and Pershing, kind of got out of hand really quickly. But this game, we've had good juice. We've had good plays on both sides. It's been fun.
Yep. All right, let's continue. 2.5 left in the third frame of Game 3 of 7 for the Prep today. The senior across the timeline, Antonio Sanders. Plays catch with Gavin, and the Canes have cut it to 5. They've been down double digits today. Little ball out of the air. Smith step back 3. Error, no. Offensive rebound. Try it again, Antonio. No. The twice attempt, not as nice. Blocked from behind. Gavin says, not in my city. Rejection on Rudison.
I can kind of tell that was coming. A lot of moving parts to this play. Trying to get ahead of the pack. Rudison actually clapped after Gavin had that block. He appreciated the effort.
Rudison's had a couple today as well. High on the left, the man with all the juice in the gym today, Brooks. Coming to greet him comes Fleming. And now both coaches looking to kind of ease up a bit. What do you make of this?
Both teams are tired. They need a breather.
Yeah. Banker up good, but wave it all off. It's a travel. The pretty move is noted, but not rewarded.
Big sequence in the ball game for Douglas. You stay within 5 or less, you're within spitting distance going into the fourth quarter. If Arthur Hill finds a way to balloon it by a couple of possessions more here toward the end of the third quarter, maybe tough for Douglas to come back. That's not a good start.
No, it's not. Steal for the Jacks, 3 on none, laying good. Back to a 7-point game with $1:05 to go in the third. Canes get out of the trap, get the hole, and lay in good. Wow, they let little Smith get down and get loose at 5'9" and score.
Good answer by Douglas. Now I got to find a way to stay in front of 20, Brooks, and 10, Hardy. They've combined for 22 of the points today.
Smith now with 8 for Douglas. 30 seconds left in the third. It's been a dandy. Glad you're with us. We thank you. Happy holidays, wherever you are. Down the avenue, reverse no. Leak out, Antonio, lay in, rejected out of nowhere. That was Hardy. 3-on-2 the other way with 7 seconds left. Lumberjacks by 5 and a travel or a foul on the floor. I thought there was a travel motion, but it is a foul on the floor. Ball out of bounds, baseline left.
Great effort on the other end of the floor. Sanders thinks he's getting a layup, and Hardy timed it perfectly. Good stuff.
Ball out of bounds, 3 seconds. Got to hurry. Right corner, Brooks. 3 at the buzzer's good. Lineup Brooks with a triple. He's done it all. The dunks have made the most noise, but the triple at the end of the third really stings. Here's another look.
Trying to stay in front of him. It's tough to stay in front of him. Saginaw Arthur Hill with a bit of a heartbreaker for Douglas to close that third quarter. Man.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Be great.
Participate.
There he is, the bench boss for Saginaw Arthur Hill. Tony Davis in his 5th season. He's a Arthur Hill alum, former assistant coach, as the bucket goes in. The answer, no good. Sorry, partner, I missed that last sequence.
No, it was Terry laying it in, Chad, and right now Arthur Hill is fully hitting the gas pedal. Should stay on this end, it will. Danger spot for Douglas here. Feels like we said that a bunch recently, but Arthur Hill, with the way that they've controlled much of this game, the way they've come out with a bit of fire here to start the fourth quarter, Douglas has got to be careful. Down by 10.
There's Coach Davis. Done great things here. A lot of tradition, a lot of expectations. The school has really shrunk. In fact, Saginaw and Arthur Hill are combining, I believe, next season. I might be off on that, but it's certainly been a serious thought. I thought it was decided upon. Right-hand dribble down the avenue. Lay in good. Hot knife through butter. That's just silky smooth and kind of sick. And that's Hardy. 12-point lead. That's the largest for the Jacks today. Smith lay in no good. That's long. And watch out. You called it. Danger zone time. Here it is.
Yeah, and now Arthur Hill, not only can they get the kind of shot they want, but they can start bleeding some clock into the front court. That's what Hardy is saying here. Back off, give me some room.
Yep. Kick out, open, 3 ball, no, short. 3 from Terry, off the mark. Canes get it back with a much-needed possession filled with scoring.
Look, there's so much time to go in the game, 6.5 left. But it's one of those moments in a game where 6.5 minutes feels like 2 minutes, especially at the high school level with no shot clock. Douglas needs some buckets here.
Iron, unkind, but the stick back is true, and that is Anthony Buford, the 6'4 junior, with a bucket. 50-40, 10-point game, 6 minutes left. Clean board. Lay in good, reverser, that was pretty. And this is a fine-looking player in Hardy, Evan.
17 now for Hardy in the ball game. A lot of them coming in the second half. This lead for Arthur Hill just keeps getting larger and larger.
Knock away, throw ahead, and showtime coming up. Merry Christmas. A little hang and a bang. And don't let that thing fall down again, sir.
I was going to say, I think Brooks maybe wanted to try to do something more impressive, but that basket stanchion has already fallen down once here in the game.
It's a 2-touchdown lead for the Lumberjacks. And Pierre Brooks wants timeout in Detroit. We'll take it with him. 5:18 to go. We're the Prep. This is the PSL Holiday Classic. Thank you very much for watching.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Oh, what a day it's been, and we're not even halfway through. We're like 42% through. Wayne Memorial knocked off Cass Tech in a great game, 1-point win. Came down to the wire. Bloomfield Hills knocked off Pershing. Big game, exciting one. And this one right here, Saginaw, Arthur Hill, and Douglas. Fourth quarter, 5:18 left. Chad Bush, Evan Stockton with you. Next up, Henry Ford and Saginaw. It's been a great day of basketball. Evan, thank you so much for being a part of this day.
Oh, yeah.
Your thoughts in the final 5:15?
My thoughts are Douglas has got to find a way to, A, make shots, B, just pressure Arthur Hill into dumb decisions. There's a good start when you're down by double digits with about 5 minutes to go in a high school game. Obviously, no shot clock changes things. You're not out of it, but you got to make something happen.
They did here. The hoop and the harm. Pesky, after the block shot, laid it in, and the foul. You said force the opponent to do some stupid things. You can't foul these guys and let them score with no time ticked off. But it doesn't hurt them.
No, I mean, Douglas shooting the free throws today. They are 3 of 11. I don't mean to sound mean. That's terrible.
Yeah, no, it is. Saginaw, Arthur Hill in this game, 5 of 10.
Not great either. But
not great either, but they haven't needed it. And it counts when you need it. Line left now come the Lumberjacks. And this has been one of their best players today, Mr. Terry. What is going on with free throws? Gavin checks in. Out of the lineup for the Hurricanes of Douglas Academy is Anthony Buford. A disappointed sit back in his seat and a glance down at the floor. Game not over yet. 13-point game, just under 5 to go. And here comes Douglas, state champions in 2021 in Division 4. Gavin, backdoor cut. Holds off. Antonio down the avenue. The kick out. Pocket left 3. No. Gavin with a big boy rebound. Stick back. No. Stick back. Yes. That's Bowers. Pass on a Bauer. Lose for an hour. Back to an 11-point game.
Oh, man. Arthur Hill just got bailed out. That was a bad pass by Brooks. He was going to turn it over. Turned into a kicked ball. But still, this is really good effort by Bowers. Eventually, this bad boy is going to go back in.
Foul back the other way. This is going to go on Antonio Sanders. And that is going to be Antonio's first. He's the leading scorer for the Hurricanes today. The senior with 12 points, formerly known as a freshman.
Yeah, according to everyone watching today who's been commenting on the chat. First, thanks for watching. B, the roster we were given, just so you know, said that Antonio was a freshman. But remember how Chad and I were talking earlier about how there's no way he's a freshman. Apparently he's not a freshman, so it makes a lot more sense now.
By the way, we appreciate the comments. You can subscribe. It's free. Like, comment. What else do the kids say? Huh?
If this was a podcast, you'd say rate, review, subscribe. And then unsubscribe, resubscribe.
Okay, I like that.
I don't know if that helps on YouTube.
I don't know, but let's try it. Nearly pocket picked, but that's a foul. So thank you for your comments. If you're commenting, we'll comment on your comments. So please comment. Somebody's watching. I think Chase Kaufman's got an eye on the comments. Matt Schwartz has an eye on the comments. Under 4 to go, Evan. 13-point game.
Yeah, and Douglas has done some good things here, but they're just kind of running out of steam down the stretch. Again, got to get some Some baskets to fall here, going to make something happen.
Three-pointer needed. Back iron miss, no. Offensive scrappy rebound. And a tie-up. And that tie-up's going to keep us on this end of the court. Don't forget, Henry Ford High School in Detroit will take on Saginaw High School. The Trojans against the Trojans coming up at 4:15. Robert Sherby will shift in as your executive producer. Where's the Sherbs? He should be here. There it is. Look at that shot. What a photo. Should be on the Hall of Fame. Sanders, high on the right. Right corner, pocket three, air biscuit, out of bounds, back to the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, that shot, frankly, is just indicative of what's happened to Douglas down the stretch here. Played really well in the first half, hung with Arthur Hill, but just too much for Saginaw down the stretch here. There's still 3 minutes to go, but you can kind of sense where this thing's going.
Yep. Here comes Douglas to blitz. Layup missed. Canes on the run, out of control, and timeout Pierre Brooks. We'll take it with him. Our final break from Cass Tech in game number 3 comes now. You're watching the Prep. This is Full Court Prep. Thanks for watching.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
Pierre Brooks is a great head coach for Detroit Douglas. Sent his son to Michigan State. I'm sure a lot of Spartan fans are out there watching somewhere today. Maybe Pierre's watching right now. Team that won a state championship a couple of years ago during that odd 2020-2021 high school hoop season when barely anybody could go to those state final games at the President's Center. It was weird to be there. Now Detroit Douglas, Chad, as we've been talking about, has competed with Arthur Hill today, but if they're going to come back and win, they need something to happen, and they need a little Christmas pixie dust.
As my professional idol Ernie Harwell used to say, they need instant points, and they don't get them there.
Now, would he say that for baseball or instant runs?
Instant runs.
Okay.
Yeah, you shift, you know.
Yeah.
You got to turn it around. Ernie would say instant runs. 3-on-3 developing and spoiled.
You're saying that Douglas needs a lot of 2 for the price of 1 here. Is that what you're saying? That ball rolled out of bounds.
I like it.
And a man from Detroit will go home with that ball. Okay, that's enough for Ernie Harwell for today.
Never. So what do we have? 2.5 left, 13-point game. It's been as high as 14. Long 3 needed, didn't get it. Gavin fighting hard, couldn't save it, and here comes Saginaw in control. And we got a whistle and a foul. .208 left, 13-point lead, Saginaw, Arthur Hill. This is Terry, who's had quite the day, 13 points. It's been Hardy, though, that's led it. And he gets 2 more here.
Hey, with this type of performance by Arthur Hill in the crowded landscape of Saginaw basketball, remember, we got Saginaw Henry Ford coming up in just a little bit, and Saginaw Heritage taking on Cass Tech in the nightcap right around 8 o'clock. Arthur Hill making a statement today. Good for them.
Yes, they are. Rebound after the miss, throw ahead, and Arthur Hill still wanting to make some memories perhaps. This guy's made some today on the Prep, down the avenue, laying good. This has been a guy you need to note in the Saginaw Valley League, Mr. Brooks. And we've got a timeout on the floor to get some players in. And Brooks has made his statement. There was a question in our comments, who's the best player in the city this year? who's the best player in the city of Detroit? it's a great question. It's a fair question. And I'm going to deflect a good question to you because I don't want to answer it.
So you want to get me in trouble? I mean, look, we're going to find out. There's a lot of talent. We're going to see Acuff later tonight.
Acuff is a good one.
He's a heck of a player for Cass Tech. We're going to see a new guy for Detroit King, Chaz Lulis, who we covered here last year on the prep for Detroit Catholic Central.
Yep.
There's a lot of good players. I'm not going to give you a straight answer because someone will yell at me, so I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah, well, hold on. I got it. I got the answer. I'm going to answer it.
Okay.
It's Sonny. Sonny's the number one player in the city of Detroit.
Oh, all right.
And I will say that emphatically.
Wow.
It's Sonny Wilson. Sonny Wilson's the best player in the city of Detroit. Floats one up, misses 30. Who wants to come at me? That's fine. I tell you what, King's got a big that I really like too. I don't think he's the best player in the city, but he's good. You talk about Acuff, another young guy. I mean, there's a good discussion there, and we can keep it rolling. Who's the best player in Saginaw? Right corner three blocked, and Arthur Hill runs it out. This is Dorsey, lays it up, counted it, a foul. The foul on Fleming, and with 12 seconds to go, the lead's as large as it's been tonight, partner.
Yeah, and this is one of those games where you see the final score, and it's not indicative. This is a 2-point game at halftime. Very close game at halftime, but Arthur Hill just kind of leaned on Douglas in the second half, and give him credit. Really strong performance, and they can hit that bus and go home happy tonight.
Yep. 10 seconds left. Time winding down. This is Garley who's checked in, the junior. He'll try a topside three, and that's how this game ends. 64-44, 20-point win. As Evan said, not indicative of the score, really. This one was tighter. The Hurricanes actually led just before the break. Thanks so much for watching. Coming up next, it's Saginaw versus Detroit Henry Ford. For my partner, Evan Stockton, my name's Chad Bush. Your final score, 64-44. We're coming back on a different link. Find us, theprepsports.com. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great night. Happy holidays, everybody.